I like the phrase, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I believe in the heart of that phrase, but it feels incomplete. I think it should be, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But what does kill you makes you a weak, dead bitch. My mom's friend sent me $50 for my birthday. So I called to say thanks, and she said, oh, it was the least I could do. And I said, oh, thanks for doing the minimum. I don't think that people who thrive during the nighttime need to refer to themselves as night owls. I think they could just call themselves owls. And I will assume they have nocturnal tendencies, like owls. I think drug-sniffing dogs are just dogs that really want drugs. Probably so they can escape from their horrible lives, in which they're tied up and forced to help police officers find cool people who have drugs. Couldn't find my wallet the other day. And then I found my wallet under the couch, and I told this to my friend, and she said, Max, it's always in the last place you look. If it wasn't in the last place I looked, that means I don't understand the concept of finding. Hey, Max, where'd you find your keys? In my other pants pocket. And then I looked in the car. They weren't there. I think Cracker Barrel is aptly named because it's old-fashioned, wooden, and crammed full of white people. People like to be contrarian about religion and say, you know what? I hope God's a black lesbian. That'll show everyone if God's a black lesbian. I'm sorry, but I don't think God's a black lesbian. Because if God was a black lesbian, things would be a lot better for black lesbians. I think walkie-talkies should be called walk-talks because we are adults. I don't understand why we call toilets shitters. To me, a toilet is much more of a shitty, as it is the passive recipient of the shit, which is produced by the active shitter. I think people named Kirsten have dyslexic parents. I think whoever wrote The Three Little Pigs had money at play in bricks. Had to call Walgreens the other day. And in the recording, they said, if this is a medical emergency, hang up and call 911. Who is calling Walgreens with their medical emergencies? Granddad's going into cardiac arrest. I'll do CPR. You call Walgreens. I don't have their number. Google it. I don't have Wi-Fi. Use data. If I use any more data, my mom will flip. You can use my phone. Thanks, which one? The one on Sheridan? No, I think they're rude. Clark and Diversey? Yeah, they have a walk-in clinic. They're out for lunch. Damn it, try CVS. Sometimes people ask me, Max, why don't you use the microphone? Isn't it obvious? I am Amish. People like to drink. People like to drink so much that Jimmy Buffett got famous. People like to drink so much that when they want to drink, but it's an unreasonable time to drink, they'll say, well, hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. If it's literally any time that is not right on one of the hours, that means in no time zone in the world is it 5 o'clock. You just have a problem. Most people have a drinking problem, probably because being drunk all the time is a lot of fun. Think about it this way. If you're sober and you pee on someone's windshield, you are insane and perverted. If you're drunk and you pee on someone's windshield, that bitch knows how to party. I don't understand why we refer to the lesbian act of lovemaking as scissoring. No one ever uses scissors like that. If you take your scissors and use them like this, we should call it lesbianing. If I was Pinocchio, I would just tell all of my lies over the phone. Pinocchio, did you cheat on me? Honey, calm down. I'll go in the other room and call you. Do you know which room is our longest room? People complain about child labor. And they say, they're only paying those kids $1 an hour, if even. Yeah. Because they're children. They're shitty employees. That's why Old Navy's clothes fall apart after one wash and aren't cute. I was having a discussion the other day with my friend about abortion. And she said, Max, abortion kills babies. And I said, yeah, that's why people get them. No one goes to the abortion doctor and says, now don't kill her, doc. Just rough her up a little. Give her a good scare. I'm glad that the things we say during sex aren't taken to be the truth, because I really don't want to live in this girl's ass. true. It's true that sex is better when it's with someone you love. Unless that person is bad at sex, then you're in trouble. I don't like it when people use the phrase, shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you will land among the stars. I don't think the people who use that phrase realize that stars are hundreds and thousands of light years away from the moon, and thus much more difficult to get to. Fucking up at something easy does not make you Beyonce. I don't think boners should be called boners. We all know that's inaccurate. No bone in there. But I also don't think we should call them blooders. Sticking with boners. I don't like it when people wish they knew what other people talked about. So they say, boy, I wish I was a fly on that wall. Why would you ever want to be a fly? They're disgusting. Why wouldn't you want to be a dog or a person in the room who knew what was going on? I don't like to call women chicks because chicks are babies. Now a chicken. Now that's a woman. I'm from Indiana. We got Hoosiers Outrun Cancer. 5K run to raise money for cancer research. I don't really get it. Hoosiers outrun cancer. Have you seen your average Hoosier? Not doing much running. I think it should be Hoosiers outweigh cancer. Hoosiers out oppose same-sex marriage cancer. Hoosiers out construct mobile methamphetamine labs in White Castle parking lots cancer. My grandma died in our home, surrounded by family. And once it was clear that she was gone, my aunt said, well, she's in a better place. And I said, thank you for insulting our house. Jesus. I don't think people would be so upset about the nickname Washington Redskins if that team was just good at football. Now, not only are we using a racial slur to represent our nation's capital, but we are also implying that Native Americans would suck at football. And of course, the team that's always best at football is the Patriots, who stole the Redskins' home and filled it with football fields. My college had a thing, dance marathon. If you don't know, a dance marathon is a fundraiser for a children's hospital in which a bunch of college students get together and dance for 36 hours straight. They are not allowed to sit down. And somehow, that makes sick kids not sick no mo. The motto for Dance Marathon is we dance for those who can't. We dance for those who can't. That's bragging. Susie, you can't use your legs? Susie. It's just a name. What's your name? What's your name? I'll include you in the joke. Allison. Allison, you can't use your brain properly? Watch me and my friends use all of our brains properly. For 36 hours, Allison. You sit there and we'll behave. I think we should have a benefit for illiterate children, where everyone but the children reads. I think we should have a benefit for starving children, where everyone but the children has a cookout. I think we should have a benefit for Game of Thrones fans, where everyone shuts the fuck up. I know so much shit about barnyard animals. We all know so much shit about barnyard animals. From the moment we were born, people were singing us songs and telling us stories about barnyard animals. And it upsets me because space in my brain is taken up with information on barnyard animals that could otherwise be devoted to things of value. I cannot work the ceiling fans that have 2 cords and a light switch. But cows moo, pigs oink, horses whinny, sheep baa, donkeys ee-aw. We can all keep going. I thought the polar vortex was the new Mountain Dew flavor. I was like, fuck, tight. But I have seen at least 4 films with pig protagonists. Babe, Charlotte's Web, Piglet's Big Movie, Babe, Pig in the City. I can't save a life. I don't know how. I could maybe do CPR, but I feel like I'd forget which Bee Gees track you push to the beat of. You should be dancing! And people complain. They're like, why are these Chinese kids, why are these Indian kids so much smarter? Probably because they don't give a shit about barnyard animals. They just eat them and make them do work. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Keep it going for Max Walter, everybody. That was fucking awesome.